Welcome, everybody, to West Kentucky Academic Bowl. Thanks for joining us today. I'm your host, Jeremy Krug, and we're on the campus of West Kentucky Community and Technical College in Paducah with two teams who've made it to the semifinals of the 2023 Academic Bowl. They'll be playing a game of quick recall where two teams from across our region will compete to share up to $10,000 in scholarship cash. On today's show, it's Calloway County High School taking on Paducah Tilghman High School. Let's meet our contestants. We'll start with Calloway County. First, we have Cesar Villeda, who is a Kentucky geography buff. Next to him, we have Ethan Kane, who's on the robotics team. Next to Ethan, we have Isaac Martin, who is the captain of the team. He also likes to play guitar. Next to Isaac, we have Ellie Wisman, who is on the school newspaper. Their coach is Erica Gray. On the opposing team, we have Paducah Tilghman High School. Let's meet them. First, we have Leon Dos Remedios, who plays piano. Next to Leon, we have Lucas Wadley. He is the captain. Next, we have Gus Page. He's a video gamer. And next to Gus, we have Eli Collinsworth. He's into gardening. Their coach is Ross Kelly. We're going to play the first half. I'll ask 30 questions. When you answer a toss-up question correctly, you'll earn the right to a bonus question. If both teams are ready, let's go ahead and start with our first toss-up. A restaurant server records his tip amounts for 1 week and calculates a mean tip amount of $2.50 for 50 tips. He later discovers that he has made a recording error where a tip recorded as $8 should have been recorded as $18. He corrects his records and calculates a revised mean tip amount. What is this revised mean tip amount? Paducah Gus.
$2.70.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. Number 2. A founding member of the House Freedom Caucus, this Republican congressman has been embroiled in a sexual abuse scandal dating back to his days as an Ohio State wrestling coach. Despite that, he began serving as the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee in January 2023. Name this U.S. representative from Ohio who received multiple votes for Speaker in 2023.
Kevin McCarthy.
That's incorrect. Calloway?
I designate Caesar.
Jim Jordan.
That is correct. It is Jim Jordan. Toss-up 3. Before the mid-19th century, this process was the primary means of replicating fine art on paper. It derived from goldsmith techniques, but required a burin and metal, usually copper, plate. Identify this intaglio... Paducah Lucas.
Etching.
Incorrect. I'll continue. Identify this intaglio process that has been almost completely replaced by etching. Calloway Isaac.
Engraving.
That is correct. It is engraving. Here's your bonus. 4. These verbs can stand on their own, but mostly they combine with other verbs. They express uncertainty, necessity, permission, or ability. What kind of verbs are will, shall, could, should, and must?
Helping verbs.
Incorrect. Tilghman?
No answer.
The answer is modal verbs. Toss-up 5. Examples of these plants include the common haircap, spoon-leaved, and springy turf varieties. What is this term for non-vascular plants known for forming characteristic dense green clumps? Calloway, Isaac.
Mosses.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. 6, going to Calloway. Name, not formula, please. Vanadium oxide catalyzes the industrial creation of this compound in the contact process. When this strong acid reacts with sugars, a solid black block of carbon results. This compound serves as the electrolyte in lead-acid batteries. Name this strong diprotic acid with formula H2SO4.
Sulfuric acid.
That is correct. After 6 questions, Calloway leads by a score of 4-1. Let's go on to toss-up 7. A multi-time candidate for governor, this Alabama Southern Democrat led the state's delegation in a walkout of the 1948 Democratic National Convention. From Calloway, Cesar.
George Wallace.
Incorrect. I'll continue. From 1936 to 1954 and from 1957 to 1963, he served as the Commissioner of Public Safety for the city of Birmingham. Identify this conservative opponent of the civil rights movement whose controversial methods, such as using police dogs and fire hoses against peaceful activists, helped turn national support for passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Paducah, Eli.
Dewey.
No, the answer was Bull Connor. Bull Connor. Toss-up 8. This ancient poet mentioned Gaia, Uranus, Cronus, and Eros in Theogony. He addressed his brother Perseus. Calloway, Ellie.
Hesiod.
That is correct. Here's your bonus 9 going to Calloway. A secondary use for this meteorological tool is measuring altitude. It can be mercury or aneroid. Identify the instrument used for measuring atmospheric pressure.
Barometer.
That is correct. Toss up 10. This tempo is faster than largo and lento, but slower than moderato and allegro. Give Paducah, Lucas.
Adagio.
That is incorrect. I will continue. Give this word whose name in Italian means walking. Calloway, Isaac.
Andante.
That is correct. It is andante. And bonus 11 goes to Calloway. A bag of candy contains Jolly Ranchers and Reese's cups in a ratio of 8 to 2. As a percentage, what proportion of the bag is Reese's cups?
I designate Caesar.
20%.
That is correct. Toss up 12. This area is the U.S.'s largest wilderness with a subtropical climate. It borders both the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic Ocean. What is this region? Calloway, Isaac.
The Everglades.
That is correct. Bonus 13 goes to Calloway as well. Ryder was running a football down the field and made a 75-degree cut to avoid being tackled. What kind of angle would be represented by the 75-degree move Ryder made?
Acute.
That is correct. It is acute. And at this point, Calloway leads Tilghman by a score of 10 to 1. Moving on to toss-up 14. This scientist developed vaccines to combat anthrax and rabies. He discovered, Calloway, Isaac.
Pasteur.
That is correct. It is Pasteur. Here's your bonus, 15. This folk character once tricked Siskow into giving him milk on a hot day. He frequently outwitted his nemesis, Brer Fox. Who is this trickster character from Joel Chandler Harris's Uncle Remus stories?
Brer Rabbit.
That is correct. It is Brer Rabbit. Here's your next toss-up, number 16. Anybody can buzz in on this one. This 20th century musical style was named for the flatted fifth interval that its musicians favored. It favored complex solos, becoming the opposite of big band and swing music. Identify this branch of jazz associated with Thelonious Monk, John Coltrane, Charlie Parker, and Dizzy Gillespie. Calloway, Isaac.
Freeform.
Incorrect. Tilghman, Eli.
Bebop.
It is bebop. That is correct. Here's your bonus going to Tilghman, number 17. Encyclopedia Britannica defines this theatrical form as, quote, a farce with music. It was the U.S.'s answer to England's variety and music hall shows and flourished from the mid-1890s to the early 1930s. Name this entertainment form, which combined comedy acts with dancing, singing, magic, and acrobatics.
Cirque du Soleil.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Calloway?
Vaudeville.
That is correct. You got the point for the steal. Toss-up 18. Convert 23 pi over 20 radians to degree measure. Calloway, Caesar.
234.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Tilghman, can you take that toss-up? Tilghman, Gus.
15.
Nope, the answer is 207 degrees. Toss up 19. Non-disjunction during this process can lead to conditions such as XXY or Turner syndrome. In females, it leads to the production of polar bodies. Calloway, Isaac.
Meiosis.
That is correct. It is meiosis. Your bonus is number 20. From the 19th century onward, this word encompassed concert selections of incidental music from plays. Prior to that, it consisted primarily of dance movements in the same key. Give the classification of the Carnival of the Animals and water music.
Symphony.
Incorrect. Tilghman?
Sonata.
No, the answer is suite. It was sweet. Toss up 21. This character inspired and lent her name to an orchestral suite by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. She is a vizier's daughter who saves her own life by telling her husband, Calloway, Ellie.
Scheherazade.
That is correct. It is Scheherazade. Here's your bonus, 22. This part of a theatrical performance may also be called a walk down or the final bow. Like an encore, it usually occurs in response to prolonged audience applause. Give the alliterative two-word phrase for the time at the end of a performance when the actors appear on stage.
Curtain call.
It is curtain call. And after 22 questions, the score is Calloway 16, Tilghman 2. Let's move on to toss-up 23. This national symbol may have been designed by Francis Hopkinson, a New Jersey delegate to the Continental Congress. A popular legend claims Betsy Ross sewed the first Tilghman, Lucas.
The flag.
That is correct. It is the flag. And Tilghman, you get bonus 24. Kevin wants to complete his entire math project in the next 4 days. He has decided to do 1/4 of the project today and split the rest of the project equally between the next 3 days. What fraction of the project will Kevin need to do on each of the next 3 days?
1/4.
That is correct. Toss up 25. This class of rock can be foliated, meaning it has a striped appearance. Nice. Calloway, Isaac.
Igneous.
Incorrect. I'll continue. Gneiss, schist, quartzite, and marble all belong to this category. Give the word for rock that has been transformed by heat and pressure without passing through a liquid phase. Tilghman, Lucas.
Metamorphic.
It is metamorphic. Your bonus, number 26, Tilghman. This method of printmaking naturally requires paper and ink, but also needs acid. Today, like engraving, it can be accomplished by a laser. What is this process of cutting lines into metal or glass?
Etching.
That is correct. It is etching this time. Toss up 27. This poet praises a special spot on a staircase in Halfway Down and tells of a royal's quest to obtain butter in the king's breakfast. He collected many of his poems for children in When We Were Very Young and Now We Are Six, who also, Calloway, Ellie.
A.A. Milne.
It was A.A. Milne, that's correct. Your bonus 28. This Greek root variously translates as living substance, substance of a cell, and tissue. Give this combining form, which may follow the prefixes neo, nucleo, or cyto.
Plasm.
That is correct. It is plasm, P-L-A-S-M. Toss up 29. A year after this Supreme Court case was decided, the respondent in this case published a memoir titled Insanity Inside Out, detailing his experience confined in a psychiatric hospital against his will. What landmark Supreme Court decision, decided June 26, 1975, held that states could not legally institutionalize an individual deemed non-dangerous and capable of surviving safely within society? Calloway, Caesar.
Furman versus Georgia.
Incorrect. Tilghman, would you like to buzz on that one? No answer. All right, the answer is O'Connor versus Donaldson. Toss up 30, the last one of this half. Convert the rectangular coordinates 8 radical 2, comma, negative 8 radical 2 to polar coordinates. And that's time. The answer was 16, 7 pi over 4. And we'll check our score here at the end of the first half. It looks like Calloway County is leading Paducah Tilghman by a score of 18-6. We're going to take a short break. Don't go away. We'll be right back to play the second half. Welcome back to West Kentucky Academic Bowl. If you're just joining us, we've already played the first half of our semifinal match today, and Calloway County High School is leading Paducah Tilghman High School by a score of 18-6. We're going to go ahead and get right into the second half. Teams, are you ready? All right, let's start with toss-up number 1. In 1800, he was chosen vice president, not president, by the House of Representatives. Tilghman, Lucas.
Aaron Burr.
It is correct. It was Aaron Burr. Here's your bonus number 2. Phenol and this compound are produced via the cumene process. This compound features 2 methyl groups attached to a central carbonyl. Name this simplest ketone found in paint thinner and nail polish remover.
Acetone.
That is correct. Toss up 3. In the Doric order, this general architectural feature alternates Calloway, Isaac.
Column.
Incorrect. I'll continue. In the Doric order, this general architectural feature alternates triglyphs and metopes. Overlapping horizontal bands and sculpted reliefs are part of the Ionic type, while the Corinthian essentially has crown molding at its top. The architrave, frieze, and cornice are the 3 portions of what horizontal architectural element? Tilghman, Lucas.
Relief.
That's incorrect. The answer was entablature. Entablature. Toss up 4. This companion of Dashiell Hammett used an actual Scottish libel suit as the source for the Children's Hour. She warned against Nazism in Watch on the Rhine, but is perhaps best known for her plays about the Gibbons. Calloway, Ellie.
Lillian Hellman.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, number 5. After their defeat at the Battle of the English Withdrawal in 1637, most surviving members of this Native American group abandoned their ancestral territory of the Thames Valley in modern-day Connecticut and were later resettled on the Mystic River. What Native American group forged a brutal war with English settlers from 1636 to 1637?
Narragansett.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Tillman?
Huron.
No, the answer is the Pequots. The Pequots. Toss up 6. Find the absolute value of the complex number 3 plus 4i. Calloway, Caesar.
3 plus 4i.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Tillman, would you like to buzz? Tillman, Gus.
5.
That is correct. It is 5. Tillman, you get bonus number 7. She was often called Little Sure Shot while starring in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. Identify this Wild West star known for her amazing shooting accuracy.
Annie Oakley.
That is correct. It was Annie Oakley. Toss up 8. The first 8 years of this 3-decade conflict were known as the French Indochina War. After that, a Southeast Asian country was divided into communist northern and capitalist Tilghman, Eli.
Vietnam War.
It was Vietnam. That's correct. Your bonus, number 9. This 2-word phenomenon results from an aircraft flying faster than the speed of sound. Give the phrase for this shock wave that from the ground resembles an extremely loud thunderclap.
Sonic boom.
That is correct. The score is Tilghman, Calloway 19, Tilghman 12. Let's move on to toss up 10. In this nursery rhyme, 2 pieces of a table's place setting escape together. A feline plays the violin. Calloway, Ellie.
Hey diddle diddle.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, number 11. This uncommon brass instrument is usually pitched in B flat and once fronted many jazz and dance bands. It is valved and has a rich, rounded sound that is less powerful and bright than the closely related trumpets. Identify this brass instrument once played by Louis Armstrong.
Bugle.
No, that's incorrect. Tillman?
Cornet.
It is cornet. That is correct. Toss up 12. Trayvon has a fish tank in his living room. The tank is rectangular in shape and has dimensions of 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. What is the volume in cubic feet? Tilghman, Gus.
12.
It is 12. That's right. Here's your bonus, 13. The Greek root photo can be found in the words photograph, photosynthesis, and photocopy. Give its English meaning.
Light.
That is correct. It is light. Toss up 14. 2 answers required. Reduction takes place at one of these locations, and oxidation takes place at the other in a galvanic cell. Give the names for both the pop. Calloway, Ethan.
Anode and cathode.
That is correct. It is anode and cathode. Your bonus, 15. This social dance originated on plantations as a way for slaves to poke fun at their masters' promenades. It originally rewarded couples with the most impressive dance steps, but today relies on numbered squares. Name this activity whose winners choose baked goods to take home.
Cakewalk.
That's correct. It's a cakewalk. Toss up 16. After traveling to America in 1831, he co-authored a book examining the Calloway, Caesar.
De Tocqueville.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, 17. The enzyme alpha amylase plays a large role in this organ system, with that enzyme being regulated in part by the serous glands. In addition to the gastrointestinal tract, it includes organs such as the pancreas, gallbladder, and tongue. Identify this organ system that is responsible for breaking down food into simpler components.
Digestive system.
That is correct. Toss up, 18. This story is set on an Alabama railroad bridge during the Civil War. Confederate plantation owner Peyton Farquhar imagines escaping from his imminent execution. Calloway, Ellie.
An occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge.
That is correct. Calloway, your bonus, number 19. This president was the first in a generation to balance the federal budget and provide a surplus. He became only the 2nd president in history to be impeached by the House of Representatives. Named as Democratic president, whose wife would later seek the presidency herself.
I designate Caesar.
Bill Clinton.
It is Bill Clinton. And we'll check the score. Looks like we have Calloway with a score of 26 and Paducah Tilghman with a score of 15. We'll move on to toss-up 20. This biome is largely found in Central and South America. West and Central Africa, and parts of Southeast Asia. Here you will find tall, broadleaf trees, often located. Tilghman, Lucas.
Tiger.
Nope, I'll continue. Here you will find tall, broadleaf trees, often located along the equator. What do we call such a biome that exists in a hot, steamy climate? Tilghman, Calloway, Isaac.
Tropical rainforest.
It is tropical rainforest. Here's your bonus, 21. Among this artist's seasonal paintings are Hoosick River, Summer in May making soap, washing sheep. Catching the Thanksgiving turkey and sugaring off capture idyllic moments from a rural way of life that was fast disappearing. Name this self-taught primitive painter whose art career began when she was 78 years old.
Grandma Moses.
That's correct. Toss up 22. This weather phenomenon lies near ground level and reduces visibility to less than 1,000. Calloway, Isaac.
Fog.
It is fog. Here's your bonus, 23. This special recognition was instituted by Congress in 1861 for the Navy and a year later for the Army. Among others, several Civil War African-American soldiers received this honor for their bravery. What award is given for conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of life above and beyond the call of duty?
Isn't that when you're injured, though? Is it like Buffalo or something? I don't know. Discuss.
Purple Heart.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Tillman?
The Bronze Star.
No, the answer is the Congressional Medal of Honor. Toss up 24. This Newbery Honor Book and Seibert Medal winner explores the consequences of a scientific discovery related to the uranium atom. Among the locations it mentions are Norway, Great Britain, and Los Alamos, New Mexico. Name this book subtitled The Race to Build and Steal the World's Most Dangerous Weapon. Calloway, Ellie.
Bomb.
It is bomb. Here's your bonus, 25. This globular flute with 8 finger holes and 2 thumb holes may be made of metal, plastic, or clay. Because of its unusual shape, it has been compared to a bird, an egg, and a sweet potato. What is this wind instrument descended from earthenware Italian carnival whistles?
Ocarina.
That is correct. Once again, we check the score. Calloway is leading with a score of 31-15. Let's move on to toss-up 26. Laws in this group allow U.S. citizens to be tried by a jury of their peers and prevent the use of cruel and unusual punishment. Other amendments under this heading? Calloway, Isaac.
Due process.
Incorrect. I will continue. Other amendments under this heading prevent unlawful search and seizure and bestow freedoms of assembly, speech, and religion. Give Tilghman, Leon.
Bill of Rights.
It is the Bill of Rights. And Tilghman, you get bonus 27. Calculate the sum in degrees of the measures of the interior angles of a regular decagon.
I designate Leon.
1440.
That is correct. Just in time. Toss-up number 28. In this Broadway show, Bach serves the governor of Munchkinland, Nessarose, but is turned into metal when he confesses. Tilghman, Lucas.
Wicked.
It is wicked. Here's your bonus, 29. Find the numerator when the rational expression 7 over the quantity x minus 3 is subtracted from the rational expression 8 over the quantity x plus 3.
I designate Gus.
Time.
Negative
Sorry,
x.
you were out of time. Calloway?
I designate Ethan.
Negative x plus 45.
That is Judge? A negative 45 plus x?
Oh, no.
No. What'd you say again?
I said negative x plus 45.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I'm sorry. The answer is x minus 45. You had to start your answer before the time was up. And toss-up 30. Held from November 12th, 1921 to February 6, 1922, this international conference resulted in the signing of the 4-Power Treaty, the 5-Power Treaty, and the 9-Power Treaty. Give the name of the conference held in the United States to discuss security in the Pacific Ocean and to implement limitations to the ongoing post-World War I naval arms race. Calloway, Caesar.
Washington Naval Conference.
That is correct. And that's 30 questions, so that brings us to the end of our second half. We're going to take a moment to check the score, and then we'll be right back to wrap things up. Welcome back to West Kentucky Academic Bowl. We've just finished the second half, and we'd like to congratulate Calloway County. You have defeated Paducah Tilghman by a score of 32-18. You're going to advance to the final round, the championship of this year's Academic Bowl, where you're going to play the winner of McCracken County High School versus Fulton County High School. And to Paducah Tilghman, I want to give you congratulations on making it to the semifinals of this year's Academic Bowl. You are going to take home $1,000 in scholarship cash. For all of you at home, thank you for watching, and we'll see all of you next time on West Kentucky Academic Bowl.